Are you new to Excel and worried about how to get started? Today, I'm breaking down the most vital tools you need to know about in 2025. I'll explain how to navigate Excel's menus, how to make spreadsheets pop with eye-catching formatting, and finally, mastering basic functions that really work for you. Ready to transform the way you work with data? Let's jump into it as I show you how to use Excel in 2025. Hi guys! Welcome to Cyania Labs. My name is Heather and I'm an engineering student at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. In this channel, I'm going to break down complex math, science, and engineering problems in ways that just make sense. Let's get into it. When you open Excel, you'll see something like this. The bottom section is where your spreadsheet is actually located. It will contain all of the content you add. The top is the ribbon, and you can transition between different tool sets using the tabs at the top. We'll start by going through the Home tab. Most of the Home tab is about formatting, so you'll see things like text and font size and coloring, and this is really great for making your spreadsheet look awesome. So to start, I'm simply going to type Excel is cool. I can bold the text using this by right-clicking here and clicking this, or simply by doing Control B as you would in any other text editor. I can increase the text size here and change the color of my cell. I'm also going to change the font to white. As you can see, I can no longer see the entire title because it's spilling over that cell. To fix this, I'm going to click and drag my mouse 4 cells over and merge my cells using this button. This enables you to organize your data and just make it more readable as you're working in Excel. You can also change the location of your text by clicking these buttons and center it vertically using these buttons. We'll come back to this number section here when we're working with actual data. For now, I'm going to jump over to the Insert tab, click and drag an area, and click Table. I want headers. What this is going to do is create an actual table in Excel. Tables are a little bit more easy to work with in terms of data processing and also filtering in Excel. So when you are able to use tables, it's typically better to do so than to not do so. But it's also very easy to transition between them. At the top, you can input column titles. So I'm going to put date, general, number, and accounting. This is going to allow us to work through different types of data that we can use in Excel. For now, I'm going to put the same date in all of these cells, and I can simply copy and paste that down. In each of these cells, I'm going to put the same numbers, and again, I can copy and paste these cells to speed up the process. I also want to have a column or a row at the bottom that says total. Now I'm going to go back to the Home tab, and you can see that Excel has actually automatically done that for me because it knows that I'm probably going to want to use the Home tab again as I'm processing this data. If you go here, you can see that this is already in the general number format. It will show what it's in up here. So we're going to leave this one. Here we'll have a number format, so I can click this arrow and go to number, and you can see that it adds decimal points to that number. I can remove or add decimal points using these buttons. Alternatively, you can also go into number formatting by clicking those buttons down here, but I'm going to keep this first column in general. Finally, for accounting, we can click the money symbol here, and that just transitions everything into a monetary format. If it goes negative, it's also going to put parentheses around it as you would see in a typical accounting setting, and I'll just show you that. At the bottom, I want to show the total of these cells, and that's going to throw us into actual Excel formulas. So just to get started on that, I'm going to type an equal sign. Anytime you're doing a formula, you start with an equal sign. That tells Excel that you are going to be doing something numerical or formula based. So I'll put that equal sign, and then I'll simply click on the relevant cells and put a plus sign in between each one, and that's going to give me the sum. Press enter, and I get 18. Alternatively, you can also do the function sum, parenthesis, and then you can click and drag the cell area that matters. And you'll see that I have the same number, which makes sense. Finally, to copy and paste cells over with similar formulas, I can simply drag this cell over using the corner square, and that's going to automatically transition this over. However, as you can see, it currently is in a number format, so I'm going to click the number to put it back into an accounting format, and it will properly pull that. Awesome, so what we've done really is created our first Excel table, and that's very cool. There's a few other things that I want to show you that are just really helpful tools as you're going through Excel. First, I'll go over to the Formula tab. This is basically a dictionary of all of the formulas that you have access to and what they do. So if I click recently used, I can see what I've recently used, and I can click sum, and it will literally tell me what that function is going to do and how to use it. Just go through this and see all of the different functions that are available in terms of text and logical and dates and times and lookup and reference. So there's a lot that you can learn on Excel, but this is just a helpful way to start figuring out what's available for you. Under data, you can do filtering and data validation, all very cool, all very useful tools. The last thing that I want to show you is over here in view. So you can click on view, and I want to direct your attention over here to freeze panes. And so sometimes when you have a lot of data, you can actually lose those column headings, and that can be really frustrating. So one of the things that I like to do is click the second row, the row below where your headings are located, go to freeze panes and click freeze. What that's going to do is hold these top two rows here no matter how far down you scroll, which right now doesn't seem to make much sense, but if we had a lot more data, this can be a super helpful tool. I hope this has been useful for you. There's so much more that we can do with Excel, so I hope you'll come back as we really dig in and get into the more useful tools and features that Excel has to offer. Thank you so much, and have a great week.